flight from St. George skids off an Oregon runway. Utah lawmakers urge Congress to extend compensation for downwinders. And your daily weather forecast with highs, lows, and everything you need to know for the days ahead.
You're watching St. George News at 5, brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Monica McLaughlin. A private jet that departed from St. George skidded off the runway and crashed into Coos Bay in Oregon, sending 5 people to the hospital with minor injuries. Here's Maury Kessler with more on the investigation and what we know so far.
5 people were hospitalized Monday morning after a private jet that took off from St. George Regional Airport skidded off the runway when it attempted to land at Southwest Oregon Regional Airport and crash-landed in Coos Bay by North Bend, Oregon. The 2019 Honda HA 420 twin jet splashed down about 100 feet offshore around 6:12 a.m. local time. All 5 on board, 4 passengers and the pilot, were taken to Bay Area Hospital with minor injuries. Emergency crews and the Coast Guard responded to the incident. Flights at Southwest Oregon Regional Airport were briefly suspended, but resumed after the plane was removed from the water. The incident is currently under investigation by the NTSB.
Thanks, Maury. Autism and Disability Awareness Week, launched by local educators, continues to grow inside Washington County schools with a mission to promote inclusion and understanding. Here's Leah Call with how local students and staff are making a difference.
From April 7th to the 11th, schools across the county will celebrate Autism and Disability Awareness Week, an initiative aimed at promoting inclusion and raising awareness about disabilities. What began as a small project between 2 teachers has now expanded to include multiple schools, fostering an environment of empathy and understanding among students. The program started in 2022, and Panorama Elementary educator Rebecca Juarez said teachers organized this event with the goal of educating students about different disabilities and encouraging positive interactions.
Students in my classroom, which is a life skills classroom, have a feeling of just acceptance and belonging that maybe wasn't quite there before. They get invited to do more things with their peers. They are playing more at recess than ever before. When they do have behaviors or meltdowns in the classroom, their peers are a lot more understanding and aren't as reactive to what might be a very unexpected and sometimes extreme behavior, and then they're able to work through it and learn from it and support their peers all around.
The week helps general education students better understand their peers in life skills classrooms.
Autism and Disability Awareness Week has been extremely impactful. Students who didn't understand disabilities or really know a whole lot about them because they've never experienced a person with a disability have really been able to learn what that might look like and how to communicate and even play with a person who has a disability.
Thanks, Leah. Let's take a look at your daily weather forecast, brought to you by Casablanca Resort and Casino. Right now in St. George, it's a warm 83 degrees with mostly clear skies. Temperatures will cool to 54 overnight before climbing to a sunny and pleasant 88 degrees with a low of 56 tomorrow. Down in Mesquite, it's currently 86 degrees. Expect a mild low of 59 tonight with a high near 93 and a low of 62. Up in Cedar City, things are a bit cooler at 69 degrees. Tonight's low will drop to 42, and tomorrow's forecast calls for a high of 75 with a low of 45. Now we'll head over to Tyler Todd for your weekly injury law review.
Hi, I'm Tyler with We Win Injury Law. Utah is a no-fault insurance state, which means your own insurance company covers medical expenses and lost wages up to a certain limit, regardless of who caused the accident. However, if your injuries are severe or exceed the policy limits, you can step outside the no-fault system and file a claim against the at-fault driver. Understanding these laws is key to ensuring you get the full compensation you deserve.
Thanks, Tyler. Utah lawmakers are urging Congress to renew the expired Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, which provides government support for individuals exposed to nuclear testing fallout. We'll go back to Maury Kessler for more on the bipartisan push and how it impacts southern Utah.
Last week, 41 members of the Utah legislature, Democrats and Republicans alike, sent a bipartisan letter urging congressional leaders to reauthorize and expand the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, which expired in June 2024. Originally passed in 1990, the act provides financial compensation to downwinders, those affected by radiation from Cold War-era nuclear testing, particularly in Utah, Nevada, and Arizona. The letter supports Missouri Senator Josh Hawley's 2024 Senate bill, which passed but stalled in the House. The bill would increase compensation and expand eligibility to more regions, including all of Utah and areas exposed to nuclear waste. Governor Spencer Cox also backs the expansion, calling it the right thing to do. While most southern Utah lawmakers signed the letter, some, like Representative Walt Brooks, declined, citing questions about the bill's scope. Others, like Senator Don Ipson, said they weren't informed in time. Utah legislators are now urging Congress to act swiftly and include the act's reauthorization in the next viable legislative package.
Thanks again, Maury. Southern Utah's largest car show returns as the Hurricane Valley Rotary Club hosts the 40th annual Easter Car Show, featuring over 300 vehicles, family activities, and community fundraising. Here's a closer look at what's in store this year in downtown Hurricane.
Rev up your engines. Southern Utah's largest car show is rolling into Hurricane for its 40th annual event. The Hurricane Easter Car Show is set to bring classic rides, family fun, and community fundraising to the heart of town. Organized by the Hurricane Valley Rotary Club, this event isn't just about showcasing stunning cars. It's also a major fundraiser for local community projects. With over 300 vehicles expected, plus food vendors, craft booths, and entertainment, there's something for everyone. Families can enjoy bounce houses, face painting, and more, while attendees help support a great cause. Admission is $5 for all ages, while kids under 6 get in free. Additional donations are always welcome. Gates open at 9 a.m. on Saturday, April 19th, with an award ceremony at 4 p.m. If you want to show off your ride or simply enjoy a day of fun, visit EasterCarshow.com for details.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to WeWinInjuryLaw.com. I'm Monica McLaughlin with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.